Hi students, today we are going to discuss an important concept for competitives as well as PUC, esterification. What is meant by esterification? Preparation of ester is called esterification. And how we are preparing esters, let we discuss. And here I am taking carboxylic acids. Carboxylic acids treated with alcohols. Carboxylic acids treated with alcohols. Clear? When carboxylic acids treated with alcohols or with phenols also. Alcohols or phenols in the presence of mineral acids. In the presence of mineral acids like concentrated H2SO4 or hydrochloric acids gives esters or COOR. This is we are calling esterifications. What the reaction? When carboxylic acids are treated with alcohols or phenols with mineral acids like concentric H2SO4 or HCl and giving esters. Here mineral acids act as catalyst. So it is a acid catalyzed reaction. Acid act as a catalyst. For example, I am taking here one acetic acid CH3C double bond OH. This is acetic acid with alcohol. What is the alcohol I am taking? Propanol I am taking. What I am taking? Propanol. Clear? Propanol I am taking. C means 3 carbons. CH2, CH2, CH3. Am I right? In the presence of acid medium. So, carboxylic acid treated with alcohol or phenol in the presence of mineral acid like concentric H2SO4, HCl gives ester. So, I took this is acetic acid or ethanoic acid and this is propanol. Clear? See here. This is alcohol, this is acid. Acid can provide OH group, alcohol can provide H plus, and then elimination of water will be takes place. Means one type of condensation. And the product you are getting here, ester. What is the ester you are getting? CH3 bond C double bond O and this OH and H bond O, then CH2 CH3 and this is the product we got. What is the product name? This is propyl group. This is ethionate. This 2 eth O8. So product name is propyl ethanoate and this is the RCOOR form, ester. and this is we are calling esterification. When an acid with alcohol in the presence of acid medium act as a catalyst, you are getting a carbon, that is RCOR, ester. So preparation of ester. This is a reversible reaction. It is a reversible reaction. And acid alcohol gives ester. And reverse you take ester to alcohol and acid. Ester to alcohol and acid. And this is we are calling with ester hydrolysis. Ester hydrolysis. Clear? Ester hydrolysis means we can decompose ester in the presence of acid medium by adding water. Here we removed water, na? Reverse we have to do. We have to add water. You are getting acetic acid, that is carboxylic acid and alcohol. So two reactions are there. One, alcohol and carboxylic acid will give ester, and ester decomposition, that is hydrolysis, then you are getting carboxylic acid and alcohol. So it is a reversible reaction, and reversible reaction backside we are calling ester hydrolysis or hydrolysis of ester. Two reactions are included. Now here the mechanism, how products are forming. So if you know mechanism, then easy to remember. And several steps we have here, and the mechanism, and first protonation will takes place, then deprotonation takes place, like that. Look here, I am taking R C double bond O OH. Clear? This is carboxylic acid. This carboxylic acid subjected to treat with acid medium. So first acid will come into play in the presence of acid medium. Clear? Here what happened means protonation will be takes place. Clear? What takes place? Protonation. H plus will go. So you know where this is more electronegative and this is plus. Actually del minus del plus we have to write. Clear? Protonation will be takes place. Protonation when takes place, what you are getting? R C and here OH, means this is minus, this is H plus, and these two are bonded. These two are bonded. Clear? And this H plus and this is minus, donate electrons, H plus. OH you are getting, and here you have plus charge with carbocation, OH as it is. OH as it is. Clear? Then next step. All steps are reversible only. First acid coming to play, it will gives proton. This is protonation will be takes place. Protonation completed. And then we took alcohol now. Alcohol come into play. Here I am taking OH R dash ROH, and it acts as nucleophile. Here we have lone pair na, on oxygen. Two lone pairs are there. Lone pair donor also nucleophile only. Lone pair donor nucleophile. And this lone pair will donate to this carbocation. Donate to carbocation. Then the product you are getting, that is intermediate. Intermediate you are getting R bond C OH. Here already OH is there, and bond this we have here, it will be bond, means OH R dash. Clear? OH R dash. Clear? Oxygen given electrons. That's why oxygen getting positive charge. Oxygen donate lone pair na, that's why it will get positive charge. So first protonation in the presence of acid, then nucleophile attack, that is alcohol act as nucleophile, that will be attack here, that will be attack here. Then this intermediate you are getting. This is first intermediate, next the second intermediate. This is we are calling as tetrahedral structure. Why we are calling tetrahedral means it is sp2 carbon and here carbon is sp3. So sp2 to sp3 converted. Then the reaction go for here like this. All reversible only. All reversible steps. And this is plus na. So this hydrogen will donate electron to this oxygen. To this oxygen. Clear? So this hydrogen donate electron to this oxygen. Then you are getting R, C, O, that is RC. Here we have OH group, bond O, R dash, this H going to be break. This is given electron to this oxygen. And down we have one OH group. Clear? When this H plus we removed, this H plus will transfer to here, means proton transfer. Proton transfer will be takes place. That H plus come to here. That H plus will come to here. Clear? This is H plus. And here we have an oxygen lone pair. This will give to this. Then when lone pairs are given to this carbon, this bond is going to be break and it is eliminated as the water molecule. Eliminated as water molecule. Clear? Water molecule is going to be eliminated. What the intermediate you are getting? C double bond. Here this lone pair is shifted to here. OH bond and water is gone. O and here got R dash. Clear? And this is water we have. And here we have OH. OH. This is given lone pair. That's why positive charge. Positive charge. And next step. Next step. What happened in next step? We have to remove proton. Initially we given protonation alva. Now deprotonation. Deprotonation. Clear? What happened? Deprotonation will be takes place. When this hydrogen is removed, deprotonation takes place. What happened? This bond is shifted to here. This bond is and this protonation will be takes place. Means this hydrogen is there now. This we are shifting to here. This hydrogen is going to be removed. So when hydrogen is removed here, what you are getting? R, C, double bond O and O, R dash. This is ester we are calling. What we are calling? Ester. Clear? Protonation takes place here and finally H we removed from here. When hydrogen H plus we removed, this electron given to this oxygen, then you are getting this. Clear? Yes. This is the mechanism. Now here rate of esterification is inversely proportional to steric hindrance. Steric hindrance. This is very important for competitives, you have to remember. Rate of esterification means formation of ester from carboxylic acid and alcohol depend on steric hindrance. Rate of esterification inversely proportional to steric hindrance. And what is meant by steric hindrance? What is meant by steric hindrance? Steric hindrance nothing but steric hindrance. This we learned already in first chapter, SN1 and SN2 mechanism. SN1 and SN2 mechanism. Steric hindrance means what? Very simple. Steric means bulk, and very simple manner, size also we can say. Hindrance means opposing. What we are calling? Opposing. It will oppose upcoming groups. It will oppose upcoming groups. Clear? So hindrance means opposing, means bulk groups are opposing the further reaction. That is the meaning. Clear? Steric hindrance nothing but the bulky group or bigger size group opposing further reaction, means it will slowing the rate of reaction. Means steric hindrance means slowing rate of reaction. Clear? Slowing the rate of reaction. So due to steric hindrance, what happened? Reaction rate going to be slow. How it will slow down? Clear? I will explain in detail. Look here. I am taking few groups. Clear? That is, first group I am taking CH3, hydrogen and hydrogen plus. Clear? This is ethyl carbocation. And another I am taking CH3, hydrogen plus isopropyl carbocation. This is ethyl, this is isopropyl. And another I am taking CH3 plus. Three types of carbocations I took. Clear? Three types of carbocations. Ethyl carbocation, isopropyl carbocation, tertiary butyl carbocation. Look here. If any nucleophile came to attack here, this is methyl group, electron donating group. So this group will hinder, means oppose, but these two can't. That's why nucleophile can attack from here, and here you come. Here two groups are there, but still space is there to attack. Next, here three. So tertiary butyl, there is no space to attack. Here nucleophilic attack is very difficult. So steric hindrance is there. Steric means bulky groups. Here one group, here two groups, here three groups. As number of donating groups, bulky groups increasing, steric hindrance increasing, means opposing nature is going to be increased. When opposing nature going to be increased, reaction will be slowed down and somewhere it will going to be stop. That's why attacking of nucleophile will be very difficult. Now here nucleophile will attack easily, means this rate of reaction is more, and here two groups are opposing, and here more, and here very least almost zero. Means as number of steric groups, means bulky groups, nothing but electron donating groups. Those groups are there, they are opposing the upcoming nucleophile or whatever it may be, attacking group. That is we are calling steric hindrance. Bulky group opposing upcoming nucleophile or attacking reagent. Clear? That is steric hindrance. As steric hindrance is more, esterification rate is very less. Clear? And this due to steric hindrance, reaction rate is going to be decrease. Look, I am taking here one example for you, best example. This is benzoic acid. I am taking here benzoic acid. This benzoic acid bonded with two methyl groups at ortho position. And another benzoic acid product I am taking, that is with the same methyl groups, but they are bonded differently like this. CH2 somewhere COOH. Am I right? Look here. These two are benzoic acid products only. Clear? And this is we are calling 2, 1 to the 6 dimethyl benzoic acid. Am I right? 2, 6 dimethyl benzoic acid. And this is 2, 6 dimethyl ethanoic acid. That is phenylic acid. Clear? This I took. And now here, if any nucleophile came to attack, for example alcohol came, it is very difficult to attack here due to these two steric groups. These are very close to this COOH. This is a bigger group, and this is a bigger group, and this is a bigger group. These three groups hinder themselves and upcoming nucleophile unable to attack. So if 2, 6 or dimethyl benzoic acid is treated with alcohol, and there is no esterification takes place, no reaction. Why? Because these two bulky groups are going to be hindered. You come to here. Here also bulky groups are there, CH3, and this CH2 also. But this reaction will be takes place. If you treat with ROH, you are getting the ester. So you are getting RCO or ester product you are getting. Why? Because here alkyl groups are there, bulky groups. Here also is there. Only having bulky groups, I told here, bulky groups are there more, it will hinder and reaction will not take place, difficult. But that is not only the reason. Bulky groups should be very close. See here, these two bulky group and this group away from the carboxylic acid group. So the upcoming nucleophile will attack on this and OH will be removed. Clear? So having only bulky groups will not the reason. That bulky groups should be very close to each other. So here reaction takes place, but here reaction will not takes place. And one more I will explain to you here. See here. This is, I am taking one reactant. For example, it is subjected to nitration. Nitration nothing but HNO3 and H2SO4 concentric. Clear? So nitro group will attack. So to attack we have the chances ortho position, and this is meta position, and this is para position according to this. So NO2 has to attack here. Attacking group is NO2. Well, NO2 is coming here, and here two ortho positions we have, and one para and meta. Generally meta not possible. So NO2 will not attack here and here due to steric hindrance of these bulky groups. So directly it will attack on para. Why para products are always stable means this is the reason. So then you are getting the product like this. CH3, 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 and NO2 you are getting at para position, not ortho position. This is we are calling selectivity. So steric hindrance will show the selectivity also, not only nucleophilicity. So ortho position Y means these bulky groups are there now, these hinder. When nucleophile coming, it will hinder. Why? Because these are electron donating groups. So that is. So having only bulky groups, not reducing the reactivity. Those bulky groups should be very close. Go for another example I am giving. CH3, C double bond O, H. CH3, C double bond O, H. Next, another I am taking CH3, C double bond O, CH3. And another example I am taking CH3, CH2, C double bond O, CH2, CH3. These three reactants are there. Let any nucleophile has to attack here, and any upcoming group, nucleophilic reaction. See, these groups are there. This is one electron donating group, and here two electron donating groups. Here ethyl and ethyl, two bulky groups are there. And the rate of reaction of these three, A is greater than B is greater than C. Why? Because here one group is giving hindrance, so easily will attack on this carbocation. When it is moving to here, minus plus, nucleophile will attack here easily. Hydrogen can't hinder, and you go for here, two bulky groups are there. So rate of reaction is very slow, and here very difficult to attack, bulky groups are there. And now acids I am taking. HCOOH, formic acid. CH3, COOH, acetic acid. And CH3, CH2, COOH. See, methanoic acid, ethanoic acid, propanoic acid. If alcohol came for the bonding, for esterification, and here in this is we are calling formic acid, methanoic acid. Here there is no steric hindrance. So with carboxylic acid, formic acid, it is highly reactive, no steric hindrance. Then you go for that. One steric hinder group is there. This is donating group. So it is slow. And here we have bigger ethyl group. So methyl ethyl is there. Ethyl will show more steric hindrance. So the best yielding of ester with carboxylic acid and alcohol is formic acid. This you have to remember. Formic acid very fastly form with alcohol ester. So steric hindrance nothing but when electron donating groups are there, they increase the electron density, and nucleophile also having electrons, that is more electronegative. This negative, that negative will oppose. So and not only having a steric hindrance, bulky groups, they should be very in close, and closeness not there. They are not in close, and their effect will not work. Look here with these three groups are having very closely. That's why these bulky groups will oppose the upcoming nucleophile. Here this COOH group away from these groups. So when away from these groups, and it cannot be affected by the steric hindrance. Steric hindrance nothing but bulky groups are opposing upcoming attacking reagent. If this is hindrance is more, then esterification formation is very slow. So this is esterification and steric hindrance. Thank you.